Hold up.
I hope you're having a great day. I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you're staying safe at home. A lot of people cannot fast. They say, I want to try to fast, but I just cannot fast. I get too acidic, I get too tired, I get too fatigued. So a lot of people say, we cannot fast. Can you help us? Well, if you cannot fast for 18 hours or 16 hours, that's okay. There is no magic in the number 16. There is no magic in the number 18 or 24. Once in a way, doing a nice long fast cleans out our system completely. But if you are that kind of person where you cannot fast, it's okay. It doesn't mean you can't be healthy in other ways. It doesn't mean you can't clean out your system, boost your immune system, burn fat, improve your brain function other ways. So if you can't fast for long hours, you already know about the circadian rhythm fast, where you can just fast 12 hours, where you start at sunset and you end at sunrise. That's 12 powerful hours of fasting. Now let's say you cannot even do that. Here's another solution, because everyone's lifestyle is different, everyone's unique, everyone's different, but everyone's trying to fit in that one box. So here's another way of doing it. If anyone's ever studied anatomy or physiology, you come across a term called MMC. That's your migrating motor complex. The same way in Mumbai we have a BMC whose job is to clean the roads and keep garbage out, which they don't do too well. We have an MMC in our body. The job of the MMC, it's called the house cleaning wave. Every 90 minutes to 120 minutes, when we're not eating, gaps between our meals, or we're in a fasting stage, the MMC gets activated. And all the debris and bacteria are swept through your gastrointestinal walls. It basically clears out your stomach and it clears out your small intestines. Okay? Now what happens if this debris and these residual bacteria don't get cleaned out? They start accumulating in your small intestine. They start fermenting. We get something called SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. When you have this problem, you can have a leaky gut syndrome, which is connected with almost all autoimmune conditions. You can have poor skin, you can have poor hair, you have a B12 absorption problem, you have a malabsorption problem of all of your nutrients, you have bloating, you have gas, you have acidity. Basically, you have all of the gut problems if your system isn't clean. If a corner in your house isn't clean, you can leave it dirty for a couple of days, but eventually it starts to smell, it starts to grow fungus and bacteria and all of these issues. So what we need to understand is SIBO is when the MMC doesn't get activated. Now, how do we activate the MMC? You don't have to. It automatically gets activated when we're not eating. 90 minutes to 120 minutes approximately is what science is showing us. You see the intelligence of the human body. When people say, oh, detox diets don't work, detoxification doesn't happen through fasting, guess what? Your body has its own cleanup process, and that is called MMC. Now, for everyone who cannot fast, at least try to keep a gap of 3.5 to 4 hours between your meals. So you can activate the MMC at least twice automatically. So if you're constantly eating, every 2 hours you're popping something in your mouth, you're munching, you're grazing through the day, you're snacking through the day, it's complete logic and common sense that you don't activate the MMC. Certain functions get activated only when the body is in a state of complete rest. When your digestive system is not breaking down food, when you're not absorbing food all the time, when it's on a complete break, you activate the MMC. Sleep, another form of deep rest. When you're sleeping, hormonal balance happens. Growth happens, repair happens, detoxification happens, inflammation comes down. So you see, we need to give a break to our brain, to our stomach, to our body, to our vital organs, everything. We heal and we grow and we recover only when we're in a state of complete rest. So now, if you cannot fast at all, 15, 16, 18 hours, 12 hours circadian, try to balance your meals. If you're having 3 meals in a day, let's say your first meal is at 9 o'clock. Your next meal will be at 1 o'clock, approximately 4 hours later, 3.5 to 4. Technically, 4 hours is healthy enough for all of us, but some people get a little too acidic if the gap is too long, so then you can bring it down to about 3 to 3.5 hours. So you allow the MMC to be activated. So if your next meal is at 1 o'clock, then your next meal is 4 hours later. 3 meals in a day. So it actually goes back to our traditional wisdom. If you do 2 meals a day, that's up to you. Everyone's different. Some people do 1 meal a day. You know, it's up to everyone. Everyone's different. What works for you? But 3 meals without snacks. 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours, and then you stop eating. When you can master this, everything changes. Inflammation comes down, immune system goes up. You sleep better at night because guess what? If you have late night meals and you get straight into bed, you don't allow the MMC to work, which is why you wake up feeling bloated, you wake up feeling acidic, heavy, puffy, water retention and all of that stuff. And then you want new medicines to take care of these symptoms. A job that your MMC should have done, which is why moving your meals earlier and keeping a gap between your bedtime and your meals is extremely important. The problem today is we're all eating extra, too much, at the wrong time and too often. And that's the problem. So we don't allow the intelligence of our own body. It's built in us. It's built in our physiology to clean us. We don't have to drink celery juice all the time. We don't have to drink all these fancy juices to clean us when the body has an MMC at your disposal, only waiting to be activated if you can stop eating, if you can take a break. So if you cannot fast for long hours, at least keep 3.5, 4 hours would be perfect. Train your body. Sometimes you may get a little bit of acidic because your body's used to you eating all the time. It's okay, bear that pain, bear that acidity for a while. Have some lemon juice if it suits you, have some ajwain jeera water if it suits you, and after a while your body will retrain itself. But 3.5 to 4 hours is perfect, so 4, 4, 4. So technically we're looking at eating within a 12-hour frame and resting the body for 12 hours and keeping gaps. Ideally, you would want to reach 10 and then if you can, 8 hours. So you want to eat your meals when the sun has risen and end your meals when the sun sets, if you can. If it's not practical, then at least the closest towards sunset is when you want to finish your dinner. Try this and you'll find numerous problems that you have start to get automatically better because you're allowing your MMC to work for you. You know how many functions we have in our body that we don't use? Our body doesn't use it because we come in the way with all of our, bad habits and our bad lifestyles, and we don't allow our body to do what it does best, which is survival, cleaning us, balancing us, repairing us, and growing us. So you may want to try this. Like I said again, if you can't fast, try it. The next couple of days, do a 4 hour, stop eating. Stop eating completely. If you like your nuts, your fruits, all of that stuff, make that your breakfast, raw. Go raw till lunch. Have your fruits, have your nuts, have your seeds, have your sattu, all of that in the morning. And then you have 2 more meals where one you can have a proper full meal. Maybe your dinner can be lighter. It's up to you, plan it so that you get all of your nutrients in. But remember, if your MMC isn't working, you're going to have gut problems. If you have gut problems, you have health problems. If you have health problems, your health problems cannot get better without you solving your gut problems. Instead of trying so hard to solve your gut problems, let your gut do its own job. Activate the MMC by giving your digestive system rest. Have a great week, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep. Remember, you care is all about you.